Wanted to know if you could talk. A lot of people know about Christian liberation theology, but you as a theologian, could you talk a little bit about the prophetic social justice movements that stem from Judaism and Islam?
Yes, indeed. I mean, one is that in terms of my own life, I don't exist without Malcolm X, who was prophetic Muslim. I don't exist without Fannie Lou Hamer, Martin Luther King Jr., prophetic Christian. I don't exist without Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, prophetic Judaic figure, which is to say that they do not speak on behalf of the whole tradition. The dominant forms of religious tradition tend to be ones that accommodate themselves to empire and capitalism, patriarchy, homophobia, transphobia. The dominant forms accommodate themselves. There's no doubt about it. It's the prophetic forms that are critical of it. And so the names that I mentioned, for every Martin Luther King Jr., even when they were on strike, when he called for the strike in Montgomery, there was basically a little less than 20 churches out of hundreds. So it's not like the whole black church followed this young black minister because Rosa Parks had the courage to sit down and all to stand up for justice. No, it's a slice. When Heschel went down to Selma, the mainstream Jewish folk, and I'm sitting there looking at Jewish Theological Seminary right now because I live right on 122nd Street here, that they thought he lost his mind. You know what I mean? It's like, good God, I can imagine your mother. So you and Brother David Weiner, two of the most distinguished graduates of the great high school, Dalton. You all throwing yourself in the liberation movement. Are they losing their mind? What's going on? You got to cut against the grain of one's own families and one's own traditions and one's own communities if you're going to be true to any serious allegiance to truth and beauty and love and justice and so forth. Even Hinduism is so tied to caste, and caste is one of the most vicious forms of oppression that we know over thousands of years. But there are some Hindus who have tried to call into question the caste system and hold on to the prophetic elements of Hinduism. Hindus for human rights. Gandhi at his best. Now, Gandhi did not hit caste head on. In the end, he was very complicitous with it, but he had his own ways of talking about it that tried to transcend it. He was just unsuccessful in doing that. But that's true for any religious tradition.